Hello everyone, I'm Abhishek Mahajan, and in the last episode of Exchange Thoughts, we talked about online shooting, and this time around, we'll talk about online e racing. It's a unique concept, and what happened was the prominent Indian race drivers they came out with this unique idea of starting the new e racing, which is virtual racing, and it has been a big success too. And let me share that Amit Kutty, a 16-year-old sensation, he's from Chennai, and he won the E Series during lockdown. And he will now, as a reward, he will now train at the Narayan Karthikeyan's Academy and with Volkswagen in real world. He's joining us live now, and that too virtually. Welcome to DD News, Amit. Appreciate you joining us. First of all, congratulations for winning the third series of virtual E series during the lockdown. Tell us how has been your experience winning this virtually, and how is it different from the actual race and sitting at home in your plastic chair and playing the virtual race?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here, and it's been a pleasure. It's been great. Like, obviously, I have a plastic chair and all. Um, I think the winning the season three has been really good. I get to test with Volkswagen in the real track as well, and I also got a prize money of 15,000. So
Wow.
in season two I joined and I didn't do well. But in season three, it was really good. I had, I think, the first four rounds, I won it, and had some really solid results. And they're a great bunch of people there. Everyone's really quick, and it's really competitive. And I would like to also thank Mumbai Falcons, IR Esports, and Volkswagen Motorsport for letting me join and get the opportunity to
Yeah.
race there.
Hmm. But Amit, can you please elaborate? Tell us in detail how does the virtual race work, and what all is required to compete virtually, and how real does it look?
So to compete, you can even play with the keyboard. Obviously, it won't be
Okay.
as immersive. I have also seen many people playing with a controller, but the best thing, if you want to like really get immersed in it, would be to get a good gaming wheel or a steering wheel and a good
Hmm.
set of pedals. So you can set it up on your desk in front of your computer or PlayStation, and you can play racing games with it. So how the esports thing works or how the format was is it's pretty similar to real life, and we have
Okay.
first a practice session on a day, and then the next day we have a 30-minute practice session before the actual race. So it's 30 minutes of practice, and then we have a 10-minute qualifying shootout, which decides the grid or how the cars are arranged for the race. And then we
Hmm.
have a 20-minute sprint race. And after that, we actually have a 20-minute break. This season, it's been introduced. So we have two races and two qualifying sessions every round. So the second race is similar to the first one, except it has a 30-minute break in between, and pretty much the format is the same with a qualifying session of 10 minutes and a race of 20 minutes.
Hmm. But Amit, I got your point. But how did you get to know about this idea, and how did you get to know, in fact, that they are coming out with this kind of a race, virtual race, during the lockdown? Who approached you?
So I just actually saw in Instagram, like they were advertising about how they're launching a new season in IR
Hmm.
esports, and I've been wanting to participate a lot in these esports tournaments, and I just got that idea, and I decided to approach the league, and got myself signed up.
Hmm. And Amit, talking about the race, I was reading it somewhere that you went wheel to wheel with Narayan Karthikeyan, and also Arjun Mani, who is also a big name in F1 racing. Uh, Tell us, how was your experience?
Yeah, so in Ultimately, I've had three rounds where Arjun Mani has been in second place and I've been in first, and he was just staying behind me. It was so much pressure just to stay ahead of him. and both Narayan Karthikeyan and Arjun Maini are like really fast drivers, even in virtual racing. And I can't explain in words how tough it is to keep them behind. The pressure
Hmm.
is immense.
Hmm. Absolutely. And let me tell our viewers that Narayan Karthikeyan, he is the first Indian to drive in Formula One, and be it gaming or virtual racing, it wouldn't have been easy for anyone to beat him. But Arjun, Amit, I should say, did it. But Amit, you are only 16 and you are in 12th standard, if I'm not wrong. Now you will be training at Narayan Karthikeyan's Academy for a real-time experience. Uh, have you ever experienced real-time karting also?
Yeah, so I've like since the last 3 years, I've been doing a
Hmm.
lot of, rental go-karting, and there's one in Marina Beach in Chennai. And like wherever I used to go, like if I go to another country, I used to go for go-karting because I always, got into like
Hmm.
I just like to do it. And but only in March, 3 months back, I got to experience a real race car. So
Hmm.
I drove the LGB Formula LGB 4,
Okay.
and I did a training session for 2 days in Coimbatore, and that actually went really well. And it was like really amazing how fast those cars are, and getting experience of those cars for the first time is like unbelievable.
Hmm. And also, Amit, did you ever get a chance? I mean, after you won the race, did you get any call from Narayan Karthikeyan? Did you get any chance to speak to him? And mind you, he called you the fastest gamer in India. Big compliment it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely. You don't easily just get complimented by the only, I mean, first F1 racer in India. I didn't speak to him. I only got a call from one of their colleagues, I think, his colleagues, saying if I would like to test with them after the lockdown ends in one of their go-karts.
Hmm. And also, Amit, you are in 12th standard, you are 16-year-old. What is your ultimate aim, if I may ask you? And does cars attract you and you fancy being a racer, or maybe you want to go with the flow?
So my ultimate ambition would be to become a race car driver and an F1 driver. But at the moment, I'd like to do well in studies as well in school. So like I'm just trying to balance out both, racing at home and racing in real life, and studying as well. So I'm using as much time possible now to finish as much portions and be free a little later on.
Hmm. Yeah, but you must be knowing that how, if you can say that, how is it different? How the real-time racing is different from the virtual e-racing?
So basically, in virtual racing, as I said, the more you spend, the more immersive you get. So you could maybe like spend. There are sim racing, rigs which cost around $1 million or something. Maybe not $1 million, but rupees. So they actually like that. That's what the real F1 racers use and teams use. That it's like the whole simulator moves around, and
Yeah.
when you brake, the whole thing moves back.
Hmm.
So what I use is like there's something called force feedback in the wheels, and
Hmm.
so the wheel has a motor, and it tells it like feels realistic to how a real car feels. So when you like feel the car, you can feel the car slipping or drifting, and you can get the feedback from the wheel basically. In real life, obviously, your whole body, you can feel the car through your whole body, but in what I'm using, I can only feel it through my hand. So the more
Hmm.
the more you spend, you can get more immersive, and probably buy a motion simulator where your whole body can feel what the car is doing.
Hmm. Absolutely. Like you said, Amit, it's very close to the real-time racing. The technology is such, but obviously the experience will be different. But from the experience, how excited you are to be part of the real-time racing?
I mean, I don't know. I can't say how excited I am. That's like, uh, it's really good to like. get a chance to drive in real life, and it's not easy to get it from such an highly accomplished racing team
Yeah.
and get such great mentors as well. So yeah, I can't wait to get on.
Hmm. And does your family support you in all this? They must be telling you to study, study, and study. But they also support you in this?
Yeah, they absolutely support me with this. I'm balancing, studying and racing quite well, so I haven't had any complaints.
Okay, thank you so much for those answers, Mr. Amit Kuti. You are a prodigy, I must say, and by your answers, you look like a very clear-headed and a good prospect also to be a world-class racer. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. So now Amit Kutti will be mentored by Reuman Banerjee. He is the multiple-time national karting champion. He is joining us live now. Appreciate you joining us, sir. So first of all, how did you get this idea of starting this online racing championship?
Hi, thank you. Good to be here. So we have been doing a lot of things towards growing motorsport in India. And that has been our passion. We had the Indy Karting National Series, which was all about growing grassroots motorsport in India. And it is still an expensive sport to an extent. And we wanted to do something that would encourage people to participate in motorsport at a very low cost. So that's how we decided to utilize esports and online racing for a cost-effective platform for people to try their hand at motorsports. And we started off with Mumbai's Fastest Gamer, which was the country's largest e-racing series, which was sometime towards the end of last year is when we started this. And it was very successful. And we thought that this is something that we would like to continue at some point of time or the other.
But Reo, tell us what is the criteria to compete in online e-racing, and who all actually can take part?
So that's the beauty of esports. Anybody of any age can take part, and there is no real limiting factor, so to speak, as long as they have the equipment. In terms of equipment, with what we are doing right now with the Mumbai Falcons Indians Sim Racing League, is that you need to have a simulator. You need to have access to a simulator. And a simulator means you need to have the steering wheel, you need to have the pedals, you need to have a PC, and some sort of a screen, which is usually your TV screen. So that is the bare minimum requirement with what we're doing currently. We will be expanding into a format where anybody who has a PC or a laptop can also participate.
Okay. So what is the total cost involved? Minimum 20 to 25,000. We were speaking to Amit Kuti also a few minutes earlier. He also said around 25,000 is sufficient to take part in these kind of leagues.
Yes, as an entry-level cost, if you have a PC, then a cost of about 20 to 25,000 is more than enough. And of course, you can spend more if you want to be more comfortable. You want to have your own personalized screen. Then cost could go up a little bit, but otherwise 20 to 25 is the bare minimum.
And Reo, tell us, how has been the journey so far for the esports in India? And Amit Kuti won the third season of ISRL, which is Indian Sim Racing League. Tell us, how has the third season evolved from the earlier ones?
So, like I said, we first were running something which was in a different format, which was the Mumbai's Fastest Gamer. It was really successful. We knew we were going to do something in a similar format around the country. Unfortunately, the lockdown came in. It hurt us as badly as it has hurt a lot of other people. And we decided to change the way we were, change the format of our series. And we came up with the Indian Sim Racing League, where anyone who had access to a simulator themselves could participate sitting in their own home, no matter where they are in the country. So we started off in a small way. In our first season, we had only 3 races over 3 rounds. We had, I think, about 17 racers participate. Then we started our second season, where we increased to about 22 or 24 racers from 13 cities. Volkswagen Motorsport joined us as a sponsor for the second season, and we had 5 races over 5 weekends. And now in the third season, five rounds, 10 races. We have Mumbai Falcons as a title sponsor. VW, Volkswagen Motorsport have continued their sponsorship, and it's been phenomenal because we've been able to stream this live on YouTube, Facebook, on Twitch, which is a very popular platform for esports. So it's growing, and I think it's been fantastic, the response that we've been getting.
Great. The success rate, as you told, that it has been great. But now, Rio, we were talking to Amit Kutty, also a very bright prospect and the champion of ISRL third season. But tell us about him. How actually is he different from others? And I was reading it somewhere that Narayan Karthikeyan, he called him the fastest gamer in India. And it's a big thing. But now he will be trained under you for the real-time gaming, real-time experience. Tell us, I mean, did you have a word with him, or what do you think? How is he different from others?
So the best part is he's only 16 years of age, and
12th standard.
He has a bright future in front of him, and I think what sets him apart is that he has spent a lot of time practicing and really putting in a lot of effort to improve himself. He won 5 out of the first 6 races in this latest season, which is phenomenal. And it's even more phenomenal because we have a practice of a reverse grid race. That means whoever finishes race 1 in first position has to start race 2 from 12th position. So even coming in from 12th position, he managed to win races. And that was pretty impressive. I'd say that anybody who is successful in esports at least has the right attitude. They know how to put in the hard work. They've put in a lot of effort into becoming successful. And if they can apply the same sort of attitude in the real world, there's no reason why they cannot be successful. And that's the reason why he's going to get a training and testing session from Volkswagen Motorsport. Of course, I will be there on hand to be training him personally. And we will advise him what he needs to do beforehand so that he can prepare for this. But importantly, coming from nowhere, literally playing an online game, he now has an opportunity to drive a real world 210 bhp racing car, something that a lot of people would aspire to do.
No, but Rio, like you said, make me understand this. How close is the online racing, the virtual racing? How close is it to the real-time racing?
So I would say compared to any other sports which have esports, so maybe if you're playing tennis esports or you're playing cricket esports or something of that sort, racing is far, far, far closer than any of the other sports because it's simple. The main tools, so to speak, when you're driving a real race car are your steering wheel and your 3 pedals, which are operated by your feet. And it's exactly the same thing. You've got your steering wheel, you've got your 3 pedals, which you're operating. So that brings esports in the racing world a lot closer to real world racing as compared to any other sport. In terms of how you approach actually going about your entire racing week and everything, it's very similar. The main difference lies in the fact that there's no speed and there's no fear of getting hurt. That's where the real difference lies.
But Rio, just 2-3 questions more. How realistic does it look? Is the virtual racing technology that great that it actually feels like and looks like that you are competing on the road?
So I think the advances in the last few years have been phenomenal. And in fact, a layperson who's not very experienced with racing, if they see some of the races, all these races are online on our social media accounts, IRE Sports In. And sometimes a layperson will not be able to make out the difference between this sort of racing and real world racing. It looks very, very realistic. The cars are very detailed. They are very similar to the real cars. So we are using a Formula 3 car, for example. And we've got commentary going on. So it's very, very realistic.
Okay, just one quick last question. Do you think the concept of e-racing can be replicated to a bigger stage, to a better stage with better technology in future?
Yes, definitely. And there's a lot that we ourselves and a lot of other companies across the world are doing right now.
Hmm.
This is something that is consistently advancing, and I think in a few years' time, you will see that e-racing is going to be very, very popular. It's already very popular abroad, and I think it's just going to grow in India as well.
Okay, I so wish. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Hope this system of online e-racing flourishes and we have more and more of Amit Kuttis who get opportunities to compete with the best. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
So joining me now is Arman Ibrahim, another brain behind the concept of online e-racing and one who created Ultimate E. Welcome to our show, Arman. Good to have you here. First of all, how did you come up with the idea of e-racing and how is it different from the real-time racing?
Well, first of all, I mean, it's different in the sense that virtual racing is you can do it from your home. You have a steering wheel and your pedals at home, and you're connected to either a console, which is a PS4 or an Xbox, or you could be connected to via a PC. So there are different game formats that are made for different platforms, and what you do is you're racing online against people from different cities or your friends or other racing drivers who could be in the same city, could be in a different country per se. So and especially at a time when here where we're all confined to our houses, as we've seen world over, e-racing has really taken the world by storm because there's no other sporting content that's actually happening.
And also, Arman, what do you think? What is the potential of virtual racing in terms of identifying talented drivers for the real-time races?
I think what it's shown is, our whole motto has been, converting a gamer to a racer. And it's worked well so far because we as Ultimate E, and we've actually taken young drivers under us to who we now manage. So we've got people like we've got kids like Amit Kuti, who's done really well in the esports world, who's very adaptive in different genres of motorsport games, of racing games. So we've taken it under our wings, and we've also formed an alliance with the NK Racing Academy. So Amit gets to drive with the NK Racing Academy. That is basically Naren Karthikeyan's Racing Academy. So in the Miko Motorsports National Rotax Max Championship. So there's immediate progression there. There's immediate stepping stone that we've created there, and who better to train them, after that. And from there on, obviously, we look at enhancing the careers. We look at getting him into a car, and it's not only him. We have a bunch of other young drivers coming into the roster as well.
And also, Arman, you are the best person to answer this question. How has been the success rate? And you think with better technology, maybe this can be replicated to a bigger stage?
I think as we are growing, like I told you, while we're online in the last 10 weeks, we've done two international race weekends where we've had India versus Sri Lanka. We on the other side we have our weekend All Stars events that goes on where we have the top race stars from India. We have people like Naren Karthikeyan, we've got Arjun Meni, Kush Meni, we've got all the top drivers taking part, along with the best gamers that we have to offer. So the level of competition is up there. You can't. It's unmatched. I mean, which of these kids are going to be able to, when they're 16, be able to compete against the best drivers the country has to offer? So I think in terms of competition, it's the best that we're offering. In terms of equipment, we're using what's used anywhere else around the world right now. In terms of steering wheel technology, in terms of the games or whatever it is. So I'd say in terms of esports, we're on par with what everyone else is doing. It's not like we're a step behind.
And there's a difference in the pressure also. The pressure of virtual racing and pressure of going there on the track and performing and driving car must be very, very different.
Of course, I mean, but again, it also depends on how seriously you take each aspect.
Yeah, that's right.
In the real world, obviously, it is a pressure situation. But when your confidence levels are high, when you're well prepared, you enjoy that pressure, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But the same thing, if the guys take the weekend competition seriously on the virtual side as well, they'll be putting themselves under the same pressure really to perform, because they've seen that the performance leads to something else. So they all want to keep moving up the ladder.
And also, Arman, last question. Tell us about Amit Kutty, who has won the 3rd season of ISRL. How big an achievement it is for him, and a big opportunity maybe he'll be training in the Narain Karthikeyan Academy.
Yeah, so Amit was found by us last year in the in the X1 Racing Esports Championship, where he won the Pune leg, and then was a finalist after that. He also represented India when they went to Sri Lanka, and he won there as well. So being an ultimate athlete, obviously Amit competes in different esports championships as well. So for us from Ultimate E, it's a proud moment when our drivers go and win in another series, like you said, in the ISRL as well. Going and winning there, as well as representing Ultimate E in different competitions. So that was great. And I think doing the deal with Narain, like I told you, we've been working closely together, and to do the deal where Narain, the NK Racing Academy, takes out young drivers from the gaming scenario, it's good. So just creates that ladder up basically.
Absolutely, and let me tell you, I spoke to him a few minutes earlier, and he does look like a very, very good prospect. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Mr. Ibrahim. Appreciate you joined us.
Hello and welcome. I'm Abhishek Mahajan, and welcome to the Reporters Chat. In the next half an hour, we'll have a close look on all the important stories. Reporters will be joining us live with their vital inputs. PM Modi made a surprise